If you're looking for cheap and instant ultimate team coins, be sure to check out UT Coins for you. Their links will be in the description down below. £3 for 100k, and if you use my discount code R9RY, you will get an extra 5% off. Yo, what's going on, people, and welcome to my worst team of the 2014 World Cup, or the most disappointing players in my opinion. I did the best team of the tournament. If you want to go and check that video out, there will be a link in the description, or you can just go and check my channel. So there's going to be a few players missing. Obviously, these are just my opinions on the players that stood out for me who played pretty bad. So if I've missed anyone, you can drop a comment, or you can drop your own starting 11 of your disappointing players in the comment section of this video. It'll be great to see everyone's opinions. Now, there's one player I've missed out that I know will be commented quite a lot, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo. I did include him because he was injured. He was like 50% fit. I just don't think it's fair to include him in this, because how can you carry your team when you're injured? And basically, you've got a shit team. That's the truth, really, because Portugal were terrible in this tournament. So we'll start off with Iker Casillas. Had a terrible season with Real Madrid, pretty much, making mistakes left, right and centre. Did it again for Spain. Shame to see him on the decline, really, because he's such a wonderful player for Madrid, an absolute Real Madrid legend. So to see him screw up so many times in a year, it's disappointing, but he deserves to be in this place as a goalkeeper. We'll move on now to Pepe. He got sent off in the first game against Germany, and maybe if they had Pepe against the USA and Ghana, they could have, you know, stopped a few goals, because he's had a class season for Real Madrid. Great defender, absolute twat, though, if you ask me. Maybe his sending off was harsh. Maybe Muller made the most out of it, but Pepe's a dickhead and deserves to be in here, in my opinion. Same with Gerard Piqué. He hasn't been the same Piqué from 4 years ago. He's just been terrible. I wonder why, guys. Maybe you can let me in the comment section. I mean, I've got no idea why he could be shit. But anyway, we'll move on to David Luiz. Yes, he scored 2 goals. He scored a scrambled goal, an amazing free kick. Had a great few games, but he stood out for me in the last 2 games. Brazil conceded 10 goals, and this guy was terrible. Thought he was a bloody midfielder or a striker, running up the pitch like a headless chicken is the correct term, and definitely deserves to be in there. What an absolute twat in those past 2 games. PSG next season, I do worry for you, but they've got Thiago Silva anyway. Xabi Alonso, I could have included players like Xavi, Fabregas, but Xabi Alonso gave a few goals away and was disappointing. Again, had a great season with Real Madrid, won the Champions League, so Spain were just disappointing as a whole. We'll move on now to Steven Gerrard. Assisted Suarez against England. Thought they were teammates again. I mean, disappointing, to be quite honest with you. Still a legend though, don't get me wrong, but had a disappointing tournament in my opinion. Moving on to Nani. Yes, he scored a goal against the USA, but in that whole game he was giving the ball away, trying stupid dribbles, getting nowhere. Was shocking in my opinion. And yeah, if Man United keep him, I will be surprised next season. We'll move on to Hulk. Had one good game in my opinion, could have scored 1 or 2 goals, but again didn't score any goals in this tournament. So for me, he was disappointing in that forward line for Brazil and deserves to be in this team. Wayne Rooney, now I think people were kind of harsh on him, but the thing is, he didn't really show up. Yes, he got a goal and assist, but I expected a bit more from Wayne Rooney. He's our star man, and yeah, just didn't perform. So we'll move on now to Diego Costa. This guy changes nationality from Brazilian to Spanish, and while Spain got knocked out straight away, Diego Costa thought, yeah, I'll change to Spanish, maybe I'm going to win the World Cup, but it just didn't happen, and he was shocking throughout the whole tournament. Got 0 goals, had a great season with Atleti, but still in this tournament was disgraceful. And talking about disgraceful players, Fred, he scored 1 scrambled goal, and they're the kind of goals that Fred scores, and he was shit. It just has to be said, he was shit. Imagine relying on Fred to score your goals, especially with Neymar injured. You got no chance, man. Had a great Confederations Cup, but was terrible, absolutely terrible. Was nowhere to be seen in this World Cup, and I'm sure most of you will have him in this team. We'll move on now to Joe, again the same as Fred. I mean, Fred and Joe, what a laughable partnership that is, going from Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho to Fred and Joe. Ridiculous, Brazil. I don't know what's going on, but we'll move on to Eder. Now, Postiga and Almeida got injured. Eder had to step up as a striker. I've never seen such a bad striker in a tournament before. It was just terrible. I mean, I don't know what he's like in the Portuguese league, I don't watch him, but in this tournament he was shocking. So we'll move on to Cavani now, and for me, Cavani plays too far back. He likes to defend, and for me that just takes away some of his qualities up front, because when he's there he gets tired, is unable to finish at times because he's tracking back all game. So Cavani was disappointing for me, especially when he didn't have Suarez in the first game. Suarez fucked up in the third game against Italy, biting Chiellini. But yeah, Cavani was disappointing for me. We'll move on now to Daniel Alves, and I can't remember which game this was. It might have been against Chile or in a group game, but him and Marcelo just kept giving the ball away. It was ridiculous to watch. I mean, these are class fullbacks we're talking about. We're talking about La Liga's top fullbacks here, and they were just giving the ball away to the opposition constantly, and he got dropped from Icon, rightly so. So yeah, I've just explained why Marcelo is in here as well. For me, was disappointing. Had a great season with Madrid, but was shocking. Same with Hazard. I mean, I expected him to take his Chelsea form into the World Cup. Had it okay one game. I mean, he got a man of the match, you can see there, but for me, I expected Belgium to just be an awesome dark horse team to show everyone what they can do. Didn't really do that at times because they played some boring games. I don't think the team gels together well. Maybe in the next tournament in the Euros they can show what they do, but in this tournament for me, Hazard was disappointing. So the last player in this team is going to be Sergio Ramos, and again this is pretty much the same with Piqué. Was terrible, conceded 5 against the Netherlands, lost against Chile, and him and Piqué together didn't work. Maybe it's Piqué's fault. I mean, Ramos against Robin that day, Robin just breezed past Sergio Ramos. Now Sergio Ramos is a fast centre back, as we all know. He's got decent pace in real life, great pace in FIFA, but Robin just went straight past him, and for me he had a shocking tournament. The whole of the Spanish team really, the whole of the English team, and this is my team together. Sorry you can't see the bench, but this is the starting 11. It is pretty shocking. I'm sure most of you will agree with this, and if there's any players I've missed out or any players that you think are in here that didn't deserve to be in here, let me know in the comment section. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you lot soon. Take care.